Yo. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Alright, what up, you guys? Today, we're in the gym training, as you would imagine. We're not in the gym just sitting around having conversations, sitting on the same pieces of equipment. Gosh, I can't stand that. Can you guys? I can't stand it. When someone will sit on the same piece of equipment and, oh, I'll be done in like 2 sets. They do a set, walk away for 5 minutes and go to talk to someone. Come back, do a set that lasts 13 seconds. Walk away, go have another conversation for 5 minutes. Oh no, you can't work in with me. I'll be right done though. Don't worry. So today we're in the gym training some back. And yes, I got a buzz cut, guys. Wow. Talk about a buzz cut, man. You can see right down to the grain. I used to get buzz cuts every summer just because it feels good. And I kind of waited too long because it's starting to get a little bit chilly now. And so my ears get cold. But anyways, you guys, today was much more of like a vertical pull type of a day. I think I did throw in some shoulders at the end of this session. But primarily I was after building some lat width. And I've noticed like a trend in my workouts, my back sessions especially, that I just enjoy starting with rows. Whether it be a set of T-bar rows or perhaps several sets of some barbell rows. I'm just a rowing type of a guy. They should put me on a ship with an oar so that I can stroke, and row. It's just one of those things that I've gotten into the habit of doing, and now I'm feeling as though it's important for me to transition onto the other side of the spectrum, the pull-down side of the spectrum. And it's so hard for me to enjoy pull-ups. Man, I'm going all over the place. Pull-ups. All right, let's talk about that because so many people suggest pull-ups to me for lat width. I have tried so many different approaches to pull-ups. And I have tried to mess around with so many different elbow placements. And I cannot find the right adjustment in the pull-up or chin-up, whatever it may be, whether it be grip width or anything like that. I cannot get the proper lat activation. My damn biceps love to take over, and it's so hard for me to get around that. It really is. And so I resort to pull-down movements such as these before going into pull-ups so that my lats are at least pre-exhausted somewhat. Mila, get out of here. I'm in the middle of a voiceover. So today I would say was like really fast-paced. You can see each rep and each set is, I don't want to say out of control, but it's sporadic. Look at that. Look at that word up in the dictionary. Sporadic movements. That's what I was after. Heavy weight with sporadic movements. Constant ass tension. That good old constant tension, which is very important to me on a personal level to keep that constant tension going. And for me personally, it works out well. Like I go from one workout where I have that sporadic type of a movement, and then I go into the next session of back where I will have very controlled sets, very controlled reps. Olive, good. Man, these dogs want to just attack me whenever I'm doing a voiceover. But I would say today was definitely a higher volume than what I was expecting, especially when I decided to throw some shoulder movements into the mix. I was in the gym for quite some time. Typically my workouts, I always say, last between an hour and a half and 2.5 hours. But this one was definitely on the rise of hitting the 3-hour mark. And that's because I've been hitting calves almost every single day. They don't grow or anything, but I do like to keep my calves activated to the greatest degree possible. It's so frustrating. Taking measurements, I think they've grown 3/4 of an inch in the past like 2.5 years or so, which is absolutely nothing considering how gigantic some people's calves are just genetically. I hate them for it. I hate them. But, you know, you work with what you got. And calf training to me is really fun. I enjoy it a lot. But honestly, I want to get back to alternating between calf training one day and then the following day doing some abdominal core training. Because I'm finding it very hard when I'm posing to actually activate my core and my abs. Like I'm lacking in my ab control quite a bit. I used to really be able to like focus in on my serratus, my obliques, and my lower abs and stuff, and whatever kind of pose I would go through, I would be able to like tense them no problem. But I've really neglected ab training, so I'm finding it very difficult to keep my abs involved, I guess is the best way I'd put it. So moving on from the pull down movements, I did a lot of sets off camera. Let me just tell you, a lot of supersets. I should have been mentioning that earlier, but on those lat pull downs, I would immediately finish the set and go over to a cable pullover and do like 30 to 40 reps and bring an enormous amount of blood into those lats because I'm trying to get them to grow to the greatest degree possible. And right here you can see, excuse me, I'm going into the infamous standing and balancing on a bench press barbell row. And I'm trying to keep it relatively controlled. I went up to 275 pounds after telling myself I'm not going past 185. Probably just did it for the camera, in all honesty, just for them views. And the lighting right here is relatively good. And the one thing I can say is that I've been practicing a lot with my camera. On not only the photography aspect of it all, but the videography aspect of it all. It's just difficult. I mean, being a fitness YouTuber is very difficult. There are basically like two different approaches you can have. Either you go about doing everything yourself, where you set up your camera on a tripod. You have to get the perfect angles unless you want a very boring video that people don't want to watch and sit through, sitting at the exact same angle of the bench press, for example, throughout the whole video. There's that side of it all, and then there's the other side where you could hire someone or whatever to have as a videographer for you that follows you around throughout the gym, that you don't necessarily always get the angles that you're after and the angles that you look best at. So I like to have a mix of both. I trust my videographer, Cody, greatly with photography as well as videography. However, I do like doing it myself the majority of the time because I have my own idea of what I want my videos to look like. And now with this new camera, I can adjust the brightness. I can add the blur factor. There's a lot of different things I can do. And with my editing especially, I don't hire anyone to do my editing. I don't trust anyone to do the editing of my videos. Maybe sometime in the far, far future, we will have to see. So that is the end of the video. We finished off with some shrugs to target them traps, really focusing on hitting the upper and mid back with these shrugs in the Smith machine. That's the end of the video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all so much. Until next time, peace out. Bye.